Dallas, WHIP Radio in Philadelphia. Time in the WHIP studios is 11:41. The Eagles have the second overall pick in the NFL draft following the blockbuster trade yesterday. And now joining us on the hotline is a former NFL quarterback and now hosting radio on Yahoo and ESPN. And that's our good friend, Sean Salisbury. Sean, it's Zach and Mike. Thanks for a few minutes. And how are you, my friend?
Guys, I'm great. Good to be on with you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming on, and we appreciate your time. So where do you lie on this situation? Do you like Goff or Wentz better?
I'm a bigger Wentz fan. I think Goff's more ready right now and is an accurate passer, but I just like the whole makeup of Wentz. I know we haven't seen a ton of him, but I've watched a lot of his throws and see him, and talked to quite a few people about him. I just love how powerful he is, a powerful arm. I think he's a winner. He's tough. All those things, and I kind of think he fits. I kind of think he fits what that city's all about when it comes to toughness, and I love that. I think Goff's going to be the first pick, and I think that's why the Rams jumped up to get him. Both have different strengths, and I just like more of the strengths of Wentz than I do Goff. Now, I thought the only thing about it, I'm always a believer, guys, always. Regardless of what you and I think, or fans think, or other media thinks, that you don't make decisions on your draft or a player because the fans like it or don't. Because if we did that, then we might as well just stay on social media and let some guy sit in his basement make decisions for our football team. But when it comes to a quarterback, there can't be a lot of ifs. A franchise one, especially if you're picking first, second, or third, and you're going to take a franchise quarterback, you better hope that there's not a lot of ifs about him. Now, there's no guarantees, but it better be pretty. When you put the check marks in the pros and cons side, the pros better be loaded up with them, and there better not be very many cons on why we would take this guy. Because you've got to, this sets franchises back or it elevates franchises in a hurry. That's number one. So I'm okay with making trades to get a franchise guy that you believe is that type of guy in a great football town, a great sports town like Philly or any town. But I can tell you this, that I'm a little surprised you paid $7 million to Chase, who I like, who's a solid quarterback. Sam Bradford, who I never believed was a franchise quarterback and still don't. I think he's a good player, but I don't believe he's carrying any team to a Super Bowl, but he's a good player. And you got $17 million in him. So right there, what are we talking, $24 million in the two quarterbacks. Now you're going to draft the guy and with your second pick of the draft, and a quarterback. Now, I know people can talk about, well, they can mentor. Does anybody really think Sam Bradford wants to mentor Carson Wentz right now? I'm not saying Sam will teach, but wants to mentor him to take his job. And think if they're 2-4 with Sam at quarterback to start, or he comes in and then Chase comes in and has a game or two with a couple picks. Just saying. And they're 7 games into the season. Everybody wants Carson Wentz, and now you got $24 million sitting on the bench. So it better work. It better be good. I would actually entertain. I would call the Jets. I'd call the Broncos. I'd call San Francisco again if Chip was still somewhat high on him. And I would definitely entertain offers or talk to people. If somebody wants that salary of getting trying to move Sam Bradford, I don't see how peace and tranquility is part of a football team where your rookie may end up in week 8 starting. And I know they say no, we want him to sit and watch. That's all fine and dandy if you're 7-1. But if they're not, and they can sit and watch, if they don't make him sit and watch, can you fathom what's going to go on if that happens? Love Carson Wentz. Not sure the 3 guys on the roster are going to be the same way now as they are in December. When this season starts to wind down. But I do like the fact that they're getting the guy that they love. I'm okay with that.
And that's both sides of the argument here. You have people calling in our station today and they say, I don't like Goff or Wentz, and I wouldn't have given all these picks. Or you have people saying, hey, if you get a franchise quarterback, you do this deal. Now, I'm still up in the air about it. I think the jury's still out on Goff or Wentz, and you don't see too many stories like a Wentz. You've seen it before with the Rich Gannon or a Joe Flacco. Why do you have so much confidence in this guy? Because it seems like you like him a lot, Sean.
Yeah, I do. You know what? I'm a big guy. I'm a big on the makeup of talking to the people that no longer can help him and have no skins in the game, and people that have coached him or people that have watched him, that have watched every single throw he's made in 2 years. I'm talking about every throw. That have watched every single throw and what he's all about away from it. Guys, I'm big on the leadership. I'm big on when it's nut cutting time and it's you're 7 out of 17 or 7 out of 25. Your home crowd's booing you. Your girlfriend is thinking about dating the other quarterback. Your dog pees on you at home, and you got to find a way to overcome that and win. Does that guy have that makeup? I always want to know, what do you do on third down? What do you do at the end of a game when the pressure's on? And what do you do when you're having a crappy game yourself, like a pitcher, when your fastball's not working? Can you still paint the corners with off-speed stuff and get through a game and help your team? And from anybody I've talked to and watched him, I think Wentz has that quality. Now, I know that Jared Goff may as well, and he was at Cal, but I'm also big on winning, guys. I am. I think winning becomes a habit. And they didn't win at Cal, and I know Cal's not FC or Oregon, but they didn't win much. And I always believe extraordinary quarterbacks take other players and take ordinary and make them extraordinary. Great quarterbacks take ordinary players and make them extraordinary. Now, that doesn't mean that Goff wouldn't have been 12-1 at Oregon, but I just, there's in lower body-wise, I'm big on a powerful lower body, and I don't know if he's got that build and that makeup. I know that sounds crazy, but you give me a guy with a great lower half, legs, powerful dips, and give me a guy with a great mind upstairs, and we'll fix the mid part of the torso. Those two things. And I know Goff's a good player, but I'm with the fans that still question it. I don't believe either one's a guarantee either. The statistics say one of them's going to be is going to tank of the two or three guys counting Paxton Lynch. So I do like him from what I've heard, seen, and talked to. Aside just from reading the paper and saying, oh, boy, he looks good, because 2 years ago nobody knew who Carson Wentz was, just like Garoppolo when he came out. But we'll never know until we see it. There's no guarantee on this. North Dakota State, a Cal quarterback who won less than 500% of 50% of his games. But there are stuff to like. You look through it. It's not the statistic. It's how they got to the statistic. Do they throw on time? Are his hips in position? Can he flip his hips? Can he put his foot in the ground and throw on time to tight windows? Do you throw people open? All those things that I think both have done. I think Wentz has got more potential to do it as we go on. But I do agree with the fans. Damn. I'm not sure either one of these guys is. I don't think either one of them is the best player in the draft.
I agree.
Ramsey, I don't. I think there's 3 or 4 guys that are better players. If you're just going down best available, either one of these guys would be a top 5 pick. And in my opinion, I believe that. I can think of other guys I like more. So that's my point about the ifs. I do get why the fans say we're mortgaging all this. 2 quarterbacks already here, and we're not real sure. It's not Andrew Luck guaranteed. Elway, Troy Aikman. So there is a lot of questions, and I get why the fans would ask it. That's why I say they better damn well be sure as they can, that they know they're going to get Wentz. If that's the guy they want, they know the Rams are taking. And if they better say in 3 years, this guy's a monster in this league. Because if not, it'll set the franchise back a decade, man, with all those picks they've given up.
We're talking to former USC quarterback and then undrafted NFL QB who played in the league for quite some time in Sean Salisbury. And we talked about the management point from the Eagles where there's the possibility of $24 million sitting on the bench. But if you're in Sam Bradford's shoes and you know the importance of the quarterback position, just what kind of a message does that send when they draft a quarterback at number 2 if you're Sam Bradford?
Well, it sends a message, and what's those Sam's contracts are what, guys? 3 years, 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah, it's a 2-year deal, so they're not going to. It's not like they're tied up to him for 5 or 6 years. So that message was already sent. That dude, you got something to prove. And guys, I'll tell you how I feel about this. Honestly, it's like when a college recruiter coddles a high school 5-star recruit, and then the guy wants to transfer because he didn't play his first 2 games as a freshman, or the butt kissing that goes on. To be honest with you, and like I said, I like Sam. I wouldn't just say it's about Sam. I'd say it about any of them. I don't care how Sam Bradford's personality feels or how his feelings feel about drafting a quarterback. I don't care. You're getting paid $17 million, dude. Go earn it. I don't care whether it's Sam. I don't care if Blake Bortles is upset. I didn't care when John Elway, when they drafted Tommy Mack. Don't care. I don't. You know what? When you're a sacred cow, meaning when you're an untouchable and your name's Andrew Luck or Tom Brady, well then you could say whatever you want. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not in the feel-good business as a coach. I'm not. I'm not worried about the confidence in my quarterback if he's worried that some rookie from North Dakota State is going to come take his job. You're the first pick of the draft from Oklahoma. You're making $17 million. That's confidence enough, okay? $17 million and a 20-some million guaranteed. I'm not worried about your feelings, dude. Worry about my feelings. I'm the coach that's going to get fired if you don't play well. So my point is very simple. Line up, go do your thing, take care of your business, it'll be okay. I can't go around worrying about 53 guys, oh, their butt hurt, just like society now. Where society's filled with wussies because, this guy said something hurt my feelings. They're going to draft the quarterback. How dare you? How many Super Bowl rings is Sam wearing? As many as you and me, none. okay? And this is not Sam. I'd say this about any of these other quarterbacks that are butt hurt. If Teddy Bridgewater was bothered, they drafted Paxton Lynch in the first round, he'll get over it. He'll get over it. His job is to play hard, lead his team, make players around him better, and do it. And in that tough, in a good sports town like you guys got, he better not be sensitive. Okay, so what? Go play and do your thing. I'm not worried about, we might have hurt Sam, we might have hurt this quarterback or that quarterback or some other quarterback. If the Arizona Cardinals draft Paxton Lynch, we hurt Carson Palmer Smith. And go play. Okay? I got 18, 17 million reasons why your feelings shouldn't be hurt. Go earn it.
Sean, I'm just going to say it's safe to assume that your kids didn't get participation trophies when you were dealing with them in sports growing up, right?
I can assure you, we keep score in our house. Okay, and we do and every little league game they should be keeping score now. That's why we have that's why there's a head coach and an assistant coach. There's a CEO and a president. There's a starting quarterback and a backup. And if you urinate down your leg as a starting quarterback, no matter who you are, guess what happens? The other guy plays. It's real simple. So my guarantee to you was, in your poor feelings, whether it's Sam or some other quarterback, dude, I paid you $17 million and $28 million. How is that not enough confidence to get here? And plus, if my quarterback wilts because I bring another guy in, then he wasn't going to be real good for me when it was ball busting time with 1:27 to go in the NFC Championship game. So I think Sam will handle it fine. He can be pissed. It's okay. I understand why people's feelings get hurt, but there comes a point in time you got two choices. You can sit back there and pout about it, or you can go earn the job, or you can give it away in week 1 or week 15. Take your choice. So go earn it. Not everybody's getting a trophy. It sure as hell didn't happen in my home, and it's not going to happen in Philadelphia, knowing the type of fans that they want good football.
And who knows? I think a friendly little competition never hurt anyone. Maybe just that extra pressure from another quarterback could help Sam Bradford. But how risky is it now trading up to number 2 from number 8, not even knowing who's going number 1, 100% who the LA Rams will take?
That's a great point. That you're saying, if you're the Rams, you're saying, well, we can sure help you help this whole situation by taking Carson Wentz, couldn't we? I just don't, guys, the reason why, if you're the Rams, think about it, if you're, we're trying to, I guess or anticipate they're taking off, moving to Los Angeles. You're not going to roll in with Case Keenum and Nick Foles as your face of the franchise in your first year in LA, the California kids. I mean, he looks the part. You start to think, man, can you imagine trading all that? And it's also the CYA pick, guys, if you're the Rams. If all of a sudden 3 years from now Carson Wentz doesn't work, you know what the fans say and everybody else in the world? Why the heck would you put all your cards and trade all that for a North Dakota State quarterback who's played 2 years and been hurt? How can you do that? But if you do it with Jared Goff, well, the Rams' defense of that could be, well, what are you talking about? He was the number 1 quarterback on everybody's board for the most part. He's California. He was the guy. If he falls on his face, you don't really have to justify that one. He's a Cal. He's a Pac-12 guy. So I'm not saying that's how the Rams are, but when all's said and done, you still have that, well, wait a minute. Here's why we made the trade. Because we traded for that guy, not the guy from North Dakota State. So it makes sense, and I think Wentz. But you make a great point. We're talking about all this, yet we're still not real sure that the Rams don't love Wentz more than Goff, because at this time, every coach and general manager and front office got to lie about who they're going to pick. So wouldn't that be something, huh? To do that, and then if you're the Eagles, you say, well, we really wanted Goff anyway, and we knew that was going to be the case. So it'll be fun cat and mouse, but you're right, and good competition's right. And I'm going to tell you, don't count out Chase Daniel in the competition now. Smart, been with Doug, understands it, tough guy, been a backup in this league, gets competition. Let's not run him out of the building just yet when it comes to smart competition, because the guy's always been told, you're too slow, you're not athletic, you're not blah, blah, blah. And he just seems to get it done. He's going to make that competition interesting himself, trust me.
Now, before we let you run, as we're talking to Sean Salisbury on the way out, and I'm convinced there's more negatives than positives in this trade, and that's why I'm not a big fan of it, because they're giving up a whole lot, and odds are one of these two guys won't pan out. But let me just ask you about this theory that's been floated around here in Philadelphia. Howie Roseman was kicked out by Chip Kelly. Basically, his office was reassigned, and now Howie's back in power. Every Chip player, they are basically eliminating the Chip Kelly file here in Philadelphia. They got rid of DeMarco Murray. That was a Chip move. They get rid of Kiko Alonso and Byron Maxwell. Those were Chip moves as well. And now they'll probably try to get rid of Sam Bradford. And also, if you remember last year, you had the situation where Chip was trying to trade up to get a quarterback, and he couldn't do that when he was trying to get Mariota. Is Howie at all working with a little bit in the back of his mind, just in out of spite for Chip Kelly?
I don't know, guys. I guess human nature would say, maybe. Wouldn't this be something? if I was able to trade Sam Bradford to San Francisco.
Huh. That would be
Could
something.
you imagine? Could you imagine that, and then get a couple picks? Get a couple picks back and say you can have Bradford, or Sanchez. I'm sure would love it too if they all of a sudden traded Sam Bradford to Denver. That'd be
Sanchez, yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I don't really know how that dynamic would work. What you don't want to do, it's like people always say, well, you play with a chip on your shoulder. Yeah, it's great to play a game with a chip on your shoulder as long as you're not playing the game with a chip on your shoulder. You're so worried about the chip, you forget to take care of your business and your assignment. It's the same here. I get why he'd be pissed, and I get why they're not the best of friends, and I get why he'd have a little bit of a grudge against him. But just as long as the grudge doesn't affect your own football team, then okay. But hey, it's human nature to say the guy who took my office is no longer here. Yeah, I'm pissed at him, but you know what? It's 2016, time to move on. Chip's no longer there, and how he is. So keep on keeping on. Got a responsibility to win games, or somebody else to take over the office. That's the way the business works.
Hey, Sean, this was a whole lot of fun. I'll send you a participation trophy for coming on, all right?
You send it to somebody else. They may need it more because, you know what, I didn't get a first-place trophy ever, and I don't need a participation one, so I'm good.
Well, you know what?
You guys have me on.
You get a first-place trophy for coming on today. This was a championship performance by you.
I appreciate it. You guys do a great job. Anytime, let me know. Thank you.